Y'all see the title, man. Let's get to it.
Whenever a new NBA season starts, do you ever think
slacking
to
the
yourself,
games, too.
what
Y'all
was I
gotta
doing
tap
without
back in, I ain't
basketball
gonna lie.
on every day? I do.
Busy, I
LeBron
ain't
is
gonna
still
lie.
a freak of nature.
Gotta start
Steph
watching
is
those
still
before I
the
go to
best
sleep.
shooter in the world. Nicola, this is my side hobby. Jokic continues to make the NBA look like a developmental league, and Victor Wembanyama is as good as advertised. The NBA is back, and it's better than ever. Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings. Brothers, it's been 4 long months. No games. No sweating out random Thursday afternoon matchups. No Shaq and Chuck goofing off and butchering 80% of their TV segment. No basketball. But we're back. Basketball season is upon us, and DraftKings is here to get you in on the action.
Oh,
new
shit.
customer,
It's an ad.
it doesn't. New $200 for the books.
Yo, get your money, girl. You know what's up, but yeah.
With 1 week of NBA games in the books, would it be too early for me to jump to some wildly bold conclusions on a season that just started? Absolutely. Is that gonna stop me from making some wildly—
Yo, bro, I was about to say, like, I ain't gonna lie. This season seemed pretty active. Like, so far, it seemed pretty active, y'all. Y'all can't front. This season so far, it seemed pretty tough, you know? I'm like what I'm seeing.
bold
some
conclusions on a
rivalry
season that just started? No, of course not. So here is everything that happened in week 1 of the NBA in about 10 minutes. Breaking news, LeBron James is still really good at basketball. The Lakers look mediocre, but LeBron in his 40th season at the ripe age of 62 is still chugging along, averaging 22, 9, and 7 a game on 62% shooting, while playing the least amount of minutes per game and having the lowest usage of his entire career. In fact, the highest
That's tough. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, he was playing low minutes. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all it's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? He coming out the game every 5 minutes, every 3 minutes, you know? That's tough. That's tough.
Single game score from a player in their 21st season in NBA history is 17.2 by Dirk Nowitzki in 2019.
I need Bron to turn down them
Until
turnovers,
LeBron
because he do be turning over the ball a little bit too much.
James surpassed
Way
that
too
mark,
much.
which he has already done 3 times this season. Unfortunately, him and AD are being anchored down by teammates who couldn't make a shot even if you paid them $50 million.
Yeah.
Unless this is—
I ain't gonna lie, they got it here. Austin Reeves, I'm expecting more, but he's starting to, you know what I'm saying? That the last couple games he's been getting into a groove a little bit, you know. Gabe Vincent started making a little, D-Lo started coming together a little bit, you know. Yeah, Cam Reddish. He been playing D though. He been playing D, trying, giving effort. I gotta get y'all confidence,
some sort of
man. Get y'all
Mandela
confidence, lock them
effect,
bitches
and I
down.
can't remember correctly, Gabe Vincent just eviscerated the Celtics in last year's playoffs. What happened? In other news, this season the NBA rolled out a new set of load management rules and violations in hopes that it would deter teams from resting star players. It has not. James Harden still holds the crown as the NBA's biggest diva as he continued to play mind games with the 76ers until they traded him to the Clippers for pennies on the dollar. The third time he has done this in 4 seasons, proving once again that if you're talented enough, you can get away with whatever you want. Which is really cool since I drafted Harden way too early in fantasy this year. Why I chose to do this? Because I'm an idiot. But opposite of drama and dysfunction is Mr. Reliable Nikola Jokic, who is firmly, without a shadow of a doubt, the best player in the world. For the last few years, it's been pretty neck and neck between him and Giannis, but right now, there's no debate here. Jokic is the best player on the face of the planet. Through 4 games, the man is averaging 26, 12, and 9 on 69 true shooting percentage. Another mind-boggling stat line from the Joker.
Okay,
and then when you see—
I thought that was field goals percentage. I was about to say, like, nah, that's ridiculous now. That's
how
ridiculous.
suspiciously easy it is for him to dominate and win games, and it's kind of infuriating. How is he so good? How is he so smart? Why is he making every shot? He's moving at half speed. The Nuggets are legit. They're winning games by an average of nearly 15 points right now. Good luck to the rest of the league. Meanwhile, scoring the ball continues to be about as easy as it's ever been, because in just the first week of the season, there have already been 6 40-point games. It also took all but 4 days for someone to drop a 50-piece. Luka nearly had a 50-piece, but instead settled for 49, 10, and 7, which brings his season average to 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists per game. just a totally normal and not completely outrageous stat line or anything. Damian Lillard made quite the first impression in his first game with the Bucks, scoring 39 points, going Dame time on the 76ers in the fourth, and already breaking franchise records. And then followed it up with this stud in the very next game. Don't worry, Bucks fans. I lived with this for a decade. You'll be fine. Staying in the East, the Celtics still have some wrinkles to iron out, but their offseason moves seem to be paying off as Kristaps Porzingis became the first Celtics center to score 30 points in a regular season game since Kelly Olynyk did it nearly a decade ago in 2014. A fact that is equally as crazy as it is depressing. Ben Simmons is back on the court and doing stuff like this, which is truly remarkable because how he can sling passes with pinpoint accuracy from 60 feet out, but can't seem to knock down a simple jump shot is baffling. You'd think the two abilities would be correlated in some way, but in the case of Ben Simmons, they are not. Now, one of the more exciting developments so far this season has been this year's rookie class, which so far is showing signs of being pretty good, with a few outliers. Wembanyama looks amazing, as expected, and quite frankly, even if he didn't look amazing, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rookie of the Year trophy already had his name etched into it. Brandon Miller is already a difference maker for the Hornets, and the 12th overall pick Derek Lively will go on 2-minute spurts of playing like a young cracked out Blake Griffin. Meanwhile, Scoot Henderson is, he's doing just fine. I'm sure with some more reps, he'll be well on his way to hitting that all-NBA level potential. Just remember, it's early in the season. If your team is bad, just tell everyone to give it some time. The season just started. If your team is doing good, tell everyone you were right all along. Now here are the power rankings after week 1 and the change in rankings from the preseason. The Denver Nuggets were on top, and they're still on top. Milwaukee slipped, 76ers climbed up a few spots as Maxey fills the Harden gap. Kings jumped 5 spots, Pelicans jumped 7 spots thanks to Zion Williamson actually playing basketball. Mavericks jumped 6 spots. They look better than I think most people thought they were going to up to this point. OKC and the Pacers see massive jumps. Knicks plummet, the Heat plummet, but I'm sure they'll find another fringe swingman ready to shoot lights out and bounce your favorite team out of contention in horrific fashion come the playoffs. Pistons fell 8 spots because having them at 13 in the preseason was psychotic to begin with. The Grizzlies fall 13 spots as half their roster has already missed playing time. Hornets are ass. Spurs have Wemby, so this is actually a typo. They should be the number 1 team. Rockets are ass, and my Blazers are ass. It's funny because I thought the situation in Portland couldn't get any worse. And yet, 1 week into the season, and it's somehow even worse. And finally, here are our criminally early NBA season awards, which I really shouldn't do. But it's my channel, and no one can stop me. Just off of first impressions from this season, these are the All-NBA teams so far. First team is Curry, Luka, Tatum, Durant, and Jokic. Second team is Fox, Maxey, PG, Giannis, and Embiid. And third team is Cam Thomas, Shea, LeBron, Markkanen, and AD. And sure, there's 1 or 2 outliers here. Not gonna name any names, but overall, it's interesting how the best players in the league are always good all the time. 1 week into the season, and for the most part, with some fluctuations here and there, these teams probably aren't too far off from what we'll end up seeing at the end of the season. The most valuable player right now is Nikola Jokic. Now, Rookie of the Year is a tough one, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's Wemby. The scoring leader is Luka Doncic with a modest 40 points per game. Now, some fans might think up to this point most improved player belongs to Cam Thomas, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to Tyrese Maxey. Defensive Player of the Year would go to Alex Caruso, who continues to somehow be a defensive anchor for the Bulls, despite being a 6'4" perimeter player. The best team through week 1 is easily the Nuggets. The buzz around this team was very quiet all offseason. People were talking about the Suns, the Celtics, and the Bucks, but quietly reloading were the Denver Nuggets, who just have a cohesive, complete basketball team led by the best player in the world. And that was everything that happened in week 1 of the NBA season in about...
Yeah, that's the end of this joint, y'all. If y'all know what to do, I'm saying if you enjoyed, click on the last joint, like, video, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. This lawnmower going crazy in the back. I'm out of here, bro.